Good evening, sports fans. Welcome once more time for Sports Night with Jorge. I'm sorry, welcome once more time. Got some updates to give, so give me a second. We're gonna go live in a few minutes. There we are, guys. All right, I am back with the NFC North prediction. But before I start, we have some breaking news from the Bleacher Report. Unfortunately, we had the safety, I think, for the Minnesota Vikings, Kyrie Jackson. I guess he died last night. He was 24 years old. He had into a car accident, so that's all the details I have. So all our condolences are to the family. Very tragic. He was a 2024 or fourth round pick for the Vikings from Alabama. So, and not only that, there was also people involved in that accident. So, our thoughts and prayer goes to the family and friends. So, sorry to hear that. Tough day for the Vikings family. So, let's go on here and talk about this division. A very competitive division. Look at the schedule for each team. As you see here, I do have Detroit winning the North. They look pretty good. They didn't lose much this year. Goff got his contract, and they're pretty solid all around, running back, wide receiver, defensive wise. Love the coach, amazing coach. So I like them to finish in their division. Second are the Green Bay Packers. Love had a great season, especially the second half. The guy is very young, very smart, very athletic. Another thing, Green Bay Packer, great team, great offense, great coach. So they are another team that don't be surprised they could win that division too. So that's why I put it tight, 12-5, 11-6. Anybody that wants to comment anything in the comment, go ahead. You could comment. It's a live chat, so you could say anything in the chat here, guys. Another thing is my third team are the Bears. Even though Chicago Bears are 9-8, rookie quarterback, young team. Hopefully, they can move to the next level. With Justin Field leaving to Pittsburgh or being traded to Pittsburgh, give a person an opportunity, a chance to play. Like I said, they had a great draft pick. I think Bears one of the actually three teams that had a great draft pick, from the Eagles to the Bears. So, don't be surprised, guys. Don't be surprised. They are loaded. They are loaded. But a very young team, like I said, very. I know they lost a lot of defensive players. Through the years, and with Malik and Mac, and but I think they're gonna be very competitive in that division. That's why I give them 9-8. The Vikings, unfortunately, that's the team I'm worried about since Kirk Cousins left through free agency, signed with the Atlanta Falcons. Another things to figure out this team. Cooks used to be the running back. They got a lot of work to do, especially down in Minnesota. Unfortunately, today with the tragic news that we got from this player, which we heard good things about this player, but very young, so and I think he was 24 years old, very young guy. So, and picked it at the 4th round draft. I mean, it's sad to say, but it's difficult times. You got to move on, and like I say, prayers and thoughts to the family, and try to stay strong, and also for the Minnesota Vikings family, stay strong and move on. It's the season, unfortunately, we're like 2 months away, so it's kind of difficult to swallow on that one, but just give the honor and glory to Jesus, man. That's who it belongs to, man. And I would like to hear tonight, God touches that family and touches the whole Minnesota Viking organization. It's not easy, man. It's not easy. It's not easy losing a loved one, no, especially at this young age, and great football player too, by the way, in college for Alabama, Crimson Tide. So, but anyhow, in the chat here, if you want to leave your picks, your comments, anything you want to say, I'm actually live right now. I'm just recording I did the East this morning. I haven't posted this on TikTok yet, but this is my pick for the NFC North. I'll have the other division probably today, this afternoon, or probably tomorrow, and just post it depending on how the day goes. But it's amazing, guys. It's amazing what we see. Like one thing could change just in a snap. One moment you're here, the other moment you're not, and unfortunately that's kind of hard. And like I said, it's amazing when they say, well, it's not a football injury, it was a vehicle crash, but still, guys, I mean, it's very, very crucial, very important, man. It's hard to lose a loved one, like I said, especially this time of the year. And I was reading most of the thing this morning and the news, but I guess they made it official. His mother, I guess, broke the news and told the media. But yeah, let me go back to football. Let me know about your team. If your team is in this division, what do you think about Detroit? What do you think about the Packers, the Bears, and the Vikings? Like I say, another competitive division. The other division earlier, I did have people that comment on another social media. The reason why I picked a lot of teams, and especially that division, all over 500, is because that's going to be a competitive division. I mean, I know the Eagles probably are the best team there, followed by the Cowboys. But I think the Commanders, with the draft pick they had, it's amazing. They're loaded. Same thing as Chicago, a great draft. They're loaded. It's hit the field and see what happens. So, but yeah, you got Detroit, Packers, Chicago, and Vikings. And looking at last year, NFC North. Once again, the Lions were 12-5. They were 6-2 at home, and they were 6-3 on the road. Then you had the Packers at 5-3 at home and 4-5 on the road. See, this is where the Packers got a little trouble. And then the Vikings were 2-6 at home, which that's one of the issues. And on the road they were 5-4. They were one game over 500. One thing about the other pick that I did that I forgot to mention, the Cowboys were 8-0. I think they were the only team that did not lose a game at home all year. They were 8-0. So that's something that you got to take into consideration, because when you win at home and win 8 games, that's almost half of the season, because now we play 17. It used to be 16. So that's a plus when you got that record at home. So that's why I think it's going to be tough beating Dallas at Dallas. Of course, we had controversy contract with Dak. Will he sign? Not sign? We don't know that. Hopefully, he does sign and will help the ball club in the near future. But I also mentioned the Cowboys have, I'm gonna say, financial issue, but hard enough to maintain all those players, pay and pay and pay those players, which they're not gonna have the actual budget to do it. When the market next year comes in, it's gonna be tough for them to actually sign these players. So take advantage of what you got now, win with what you got now, and see what happens. So that's the way I see it. So I'm live now. If anybody wants to join the chat, go ahead, guys. I don't mind if you guys want to get in here and talk about your team. What do you feel about your team? What do you think about your team? So, and let me tell you, I didn't give you the stats for the Bears, but they also had a bad season last year. So, giving the Bears, 9-game compared from last year, it is a major, I think it's a major accomplishment. I mean, to go over one game over 109-8, I think it's I think that rookie quarterback is going to impress everybody. It's going to probably shock the world. Like I said, I mean, look at the guy from Houston. So you just don't know, guys. You just don't know. I mean, Trout, just actually shocked the world last year, taking the Houston to the playoffs. So Trout is it's a great quarterback. So, and now they added which I think he's a problem maker, but that's okay. That's my opinion. The wide receiver from the Buffalo Bills. I know that him and Allen had a great career down there, but remember what I told you about the ego and being selfish and you got the pride, and that hurts the ball club. I just hope he doesn't bring this to the ball club. Like I say, he's not a bad receiver, but once again, another weapon for the quarterback to help. But already in the news that we had a couple of controversy with him anyhow. So, but anyhow, that's what I got. I'm live in the chat. If you want to say something, you guys want to join in, go right ahead. Like I said, this is my pick. Detroit at 12-5, the Packers 11-6. The Bears, I give them 9 wins this year, 9-8. Vikings 7-10. I think the Vikings has long since they lost Kirk Cousins. I think it's going to be kind of difficult. And let's see that. I'm going to have a little news here about who do you think is going to recover quicker, Aaron Rodgers or Kirk Cousins from their Achilles injuries? Who you think are going to really last longer in this season? I'm going to surprise people because I'm going to tell you who I really like, and I think it's going to oversee that expectation. It's not easy when you come out of that injury, when you come out, especially those kind of injuries. Once you hit the field and see what you got, see how you feel, mentally and physically, that will tell you, and emotionally, emotion, because you hit the field and you say, wow, man, what could I done? I know the hardest one's going to get hit is Aaron Rodgers, but I'm not an Aaron Rodgers guy. I never was guy. I mean, I admire him, but great quarterback. He wants to be a winner. But truthfully, guys, I'm not into that ego stuff, man, and pride stuff. I'm not, I'm not. And don't get me wrong, I'm not judging the guy. The guy's a great football player. And he likes to win, and sometimes the winning, it goes to his head, and I don't see him really back up his player. He like to criticize his player, and that's one thing I don't see that's good sportsmanship from a an individual. When I understand that the NFL is hard to play, guys. It's very difficult to play. It's a professional football league. It's not college football. It's not a triple A farm club. It's not a double A farm club. It's not, it's not the USFL or the AFL, whatever you want to call it now. I mean, I understand, but it's still pro football. So, the physical, the hitting, I mean, it's just kind of hard nowadays. And when I'm a firm believer that when you get a wear and tear in your body and you get pounded and pounded and pounded, really, guys, it really, really down the long run, you're going to feel it. And you're not going to be the same person anymore. So, and I'm going back to Rodgers, man. Like I said, step first game with the Jets, get the Achilles injury, and now you got people talking Jets, talking Super Bowl. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think they're a Super Bowl team. Not because I'm a Dolphin fan, not because I don't. I know it's a rival. We have the Jets. I mean, I think you have to be more worried about the Buffalo Bill. Even they lost Diggs, Stephon Diggs, and that's the guy I was talking about that landed in Houston. Okay, let's be honest. I mean, that's the team that Miami has more difficult. Miami beat the Jets the last 2 years. I mean, with Tua beat New England. 5-0 against Belichick, or 6-0 against Belichick before he retired? His career. I think the only quarterback that ever done that against Belichick. He's beaten the Jets. The only team we have in problems is actually the Buffalo Bills. That's it. I mean, for us to win the division, we got to overtake the Buffalo Bills. Allen is just a monster against us. I mean, he had monster games. He continue. Now, like I say, I do believe, but by hiring a Coach Weaver, from Baltimore Ravens as our defensive coach, it's going to help this team. Now, once again, I'm not talking about the AFC East yet, but we're so loaded, safety-wise, secondary-wise. Our little concern, our defense, since we let Wilkins go through free agency. But like I said, we got Sealer. Then you got Phillip coming back from injury. Chubbs. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Chubbs taking a little bit longer, but we don't know yet, guys. We don't know if he's coming back. Second week, third week. I know the good news that we have from our other side is that Phillip might be available for the first game of the season. I just hope that Dolphins don't over push or push these players to the limit. Give them time to heal, give them time to get there. So, then we have another controversy with Tua. That's another subject to talk about. Let me tell you, Dolphin fans, and I'm very disappointed. Some of the people that really think that Tua's not worth the $50 million, whatever, a year. The contract with $275 million. But I mean, what can I tell you? Yeah, injury pro. Yeah, the beginning first 2 years, concussion. Hip injury. I mean, I just don't get when people don't understand this. You drafted the quarterback with a hip injury, so here we go again. You picked him. You didn't pick Herbert. You picked him. So, but now we got to deal with what we deal with, and we need a quarterback to start the season. So, because I'm gonna tell you, not that I don't trust in White or Skylar Thompson, but just look at both of them and look at the winning percentage, and you tell me who you want. So unfortunately, I think that right now that we're getting better, and that's one thing. That's the only key thing for the Miami Dolphins: injuries. You stay healthy, this team is going all the way, most definitely. That's like other teams. Same happened to the Jets, offensive line last year. They had a great defense, and they still do. So. But let me get off the AFC East because that's another roundtable that I'll be talking about each division. The East, the AFC East, the North, the West, the South. So I still got a couple more divisions to go here. So you let me know. You let me know what you think about your team. Like I always tell you guys, man, just hit the like button, subscribe, hit the chat or the comments, and I'll return your comment. I know we all had different opinions, and and like I said, I respect everybody's opinion. I'm not saying that I'm an expert and all that, but I'm a true believer when it comes to injury. I'm a true believer when it comes to pride and ego, that could hurt your ball club, and you want to stay healthy, and you want to play all full 17 games, which I disagree. I mean, you're adding more games to this league, and what you're doing is putting a wear and tear in this people's body, And then I'm looking at schedules, the bye-week schedules. You got team that's going to play 3 weeks, and then they already got a bye week. I disagree with that. I know it's kind of hard to have every team to have a bye week in the middle of the season, but we need to do something to have these players to rest, to have time to heal. I mean, you play three weeks in the season, and then you got what? How many games left? So it's 17. 3? Come on, guys. That's 14 more games left. That's impossible. That's a wear and tear in the body, man. That's going to be, But once again, I'm not the official. I'm not the commissioner. I'm not the... It's just going to happen. And yes, it is a part of sports. It's a part of football. I understand that. So, but there goes my pick again. Once again, there it is. Detroit 12-5. Packers 11-6. Chicago at 9-8. Vikings at 7-10. If you're tuning in, I just came live. If you don't have your live button on, those that have subscribed with me, it's kind of difficult, if I'm going live or not. I try to tell everybody that please, when you subscribe, leave your subscribe thing on for anything that I come live, and I start reporting everything from NFL, from baseball and football, whatever is available out there, whatever information I could get. I do have a full-time job. Like I tell everybody, I do have a full-time job. I'm trying to do these kind of clips at 7 o'clock every day, but it's kind of difficult when I get home and, I got to set things up. I got to read stuff and put stuff and give you the most accurate information that I go out there. Everybody in the media reach from everybody, from the Bleacher Report, from ESPN, from Adam Schefter, so I get reports too from every type of source, and then who has it right, who has it wrong. So I try to be as accurate as I can. Some people say, well, it's the knowledge about football. Let me tell you the truth. It's not having knowledge about football. I've been in football for so many years. I played it. I played baseball. Okay. No, I didn't make it to the major leagues. But I played high school. I did, play football too. So, like I say, I know, and I have a little knowledge about it. I study, I read, I understand it. The game has changed a lot. Okay, so imagine being a Dolphin fans, 1972 Dolphins, the 1983 Dolphins, Don Shula era, Jimmy Johnson era. I mean, how many coaches have we seen change in this team? How many players have we seen gone? Hall of Famer Dan Marino, Zach Thomas. I mean, the list go on and on, guys. I mean, you look at this and you ask yourself, we're due for a Super Bowl. We're due for a playoff win, period. The only disappointment I do have is a lot of Dolphin fans that just don't trust in Tua. Don't think Tua's elite. Don't think Tua's good enough. And once again, like I said, I respect those people's opinion. But without Tua, you're not going to win. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be straight honest with you. With Tua, you're not going to win your division. You're not going to win any games. Tua has proven to everybody that he has won 22 games in the last 2 years. You find a quarterback that has done that. And that's something I just throw out there. I'm not mad or upset. Like I said, everybody, and I respect their opinion. I respect your opinion. I don't get mad. I don't get upset. I just see that sometimes people say, well, you want to win. One thing came up, and like I said, now I'm going back to the AFC East, which is we're talking about the AFC North here. would you rather be 6-11 or 11-6? Whether you be 5-12. So what type of conversation we will have if we have those kind of record? Well, it's the same thing every year. It's a long season. Here we go again. But now we're winning. And like I said, Miami has some issues. I'm not going to tell you that they don't. They have. Okay? McDaniels, I love the coach. I love McDaniels. I love what he brings to the table. I love his character and everything. But he's a coach. He makes mistakes. He's human. And sometimes we have to reflect back and look at ourselves and step back and say, wait a minute. We're human too. We make mistakes. But then we get mad at that individual. Well, all you have to do is improve. Like we improve in our lives. We improve in our personal lives. So that's something that I always say. We look at things at in a perspective way that some people are so negative. And that's one thing I don't bring in my show. In my podcast, I don't bring no negativity. Now you might say, man, well, you sound like you're talking about no. It's not that. One thing is reality. Let me put this in a good way. One thing is reality, and one thing is not reality. What's real, either you move from it, you learn from it, and you go forward. But if you rehearse it and stay with it and keep doing it every day, it's not going to change. It's going to stay in your mindset. Okay, so you do something, you move on. Now, I look at McDaniels. Going back to McDaniels. If you guys didn't get what I said a few minutes ago, I tried to explain it in a few minutes. Forgiveness. Repent and forgiveness. I'm going to use a Bible terminology. Okay? You repent, forgive, you move on. Same thing with the NFL players. Okay? Yes, they get paid the big bucks. They get paid to make the big catches. They get paid to do so many things. But at the end of the day, they're human just like you and me. Okay? And what do? We make a mistake. You have to erase that mistake, move forward, go to the next step, and forget about that one. And some guys don't forget about it. They keep focused on that mistake. And that mistake will ruin their career all the way through. Okay? And you know how sad it is? And let's talk about sports. The best catch, the worst catch. The best hitter, the worst hitter. But nobody remembers the worst hitter when he actually got the base hit. And I use an example. In the World Series and won the game. So we think about the bad, but not about the good. You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to say. So, but I say this in a nice way. I'm not saying this in a long way. Like I say, everybody has different their opinion. Everybody has their way of seeing things different. Their perspective different. Some of them, some of you guys and girls look at things different. But we live in a society, in the world. What sports? Entertainment. It's having fun. Let's be honest. I'm a Dolphin fan. We're tired. We won a Super Bowl. I mean, look at the Panthers, 30 years, okay? But they fought, and they be fighting every year. And finally, and then now, they just pick up some players, and now they lost players. Once free agency hit, they lost players, and everybody's freaking out already. My God, now we lost this, we lost... That's part of the business. That's part of sports. You move on. I'm going to tell you the truth, and I'm sorry I changed the subject to the Panthers. I think they could go to the finals again. I really can, because I'm a positive person. I think they could go again 3 years in a row. Why not? You got nothing to lose. But you got people out there that, yeah, okay, we lost players, but that's where you pay the big bucks. That's where you leave when and that happens, guy. Same thing in the NFL. So, but anyhow, I'm here live. Like I say, it doesn't bother me if nobody chat, nobody has any comments or anything. That's okay with me. Like I said, I'm just doing this, trying to get the information. But this video is made just to let you know that is my pick right here. Detroit winning that division. Packers 11-6. Bears at 9-8. Believe me, I give the Bears a good chance of winning 9 games this year. And the Vikings 7-10. So once again, guys, I've been here for probably 30 minutes already. in this chat. So I try to stay longer, but like I said, I do these little short ones just to keep you guys informed what's going on. If you guys have a chance and want to make your picks and you want to leave it at the comment section, give me your picks. Who do you like in your division? If you want me to talk about your team, get into more depth, I will. That's the reason why I didn't take the time to go through each team like I did the other team over there. I just give you a little thing that I see through minicamp, through OTAs. I know there is holdouts. I know players don't show up. We still got preseason. Okay, I don't like to give my thing early, but that's why I'm taking time like that. Each division, what I see. I also look at their schedules. I do look at their schedules. So, I'm very positive guy. So, I always believe when you play your own divisional rivals, especially in this conference, and especially in every conference, if you could go 6-0, 5-1, that's great. And I can give you an example right now. The Dallas Cowboys, 8-0 at home. On the road, they were terrible. Okay? But you win your games 8-0. I'm going to tell you something. When you see the other division, I don't know if you noticed this last two divisions that I did, you got to win 12 games. At least if you want to win your division, if you look at it, you're going to have to win 12 games. It's going to be close. Okay? Because look at the Packers. I got them at only one game behind. Anything can happen. Same thing I got the Cowboys in the other division with Philadelphia. Anything can happen. And the funny part, I even got New York at 10-7. So I got everybody over 500 in that division. Barely 500. I mean, of course, a couple of teams except the last one, just like one game over. Because I can tell you, the Commanders, look out, guys. Young team. Dallas, with McCarthy there, man, running that offense, scoring 40, 50 points a game. Sometimes they could break out and score 35, 42. Sometimes they show anything can happen, So, defense is going to be a plus for the Cowboys. That's something they're going to have to overcome. But if you want to battle against the Eagle, I think they'll go back and forth, scoring a touchdown between both teams. That's competitive. How competitive that division is. Same thing. I look at Detroit and Packers and Chicago. Now maybe Detroit and the Packers are probably more competitive, but when you play rivals, come on, guys, we know this. You could be 0-8, and you go to Lambeau Field, and you get beat in Lambeau Field. Or you could go to Chicago and get beat. You could get to Detroit and get beat. Why? Because it's divisional games, and it's a different game style of playing. So, but anyhow, once again, thank you so much for those that are watching the live chat. No problem if you didn't chat, if you didn't have no comments. But when I do get off the air, guys, if you have any comments, any concerns, let me know, guys. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in. Like I said, this is my AFC North. The NFC North, sorry. I'll do the AFC coming up in a couple of days. I'm breaking down each division. That is my record. Thank you so much. You guys have a blessed day. And have a great Sunday, man. And word of encouragement, guys, stay positive, man. Hug your loved ones. That's important, man. At the end of the day, regardless of what happened, man, we don't live in a perfect world. But I could tell you something, guys. Remaining positive and believing in the guy up there, man, that's the most concerned thing. That's the most important thing. Actually, not concerned. It's the most important thing. That you could leave your work and you could go straight home and see your wife and your kids. Sometimes people don't make it that far, man. And sometimes, we're so ambitious that we want to stop to do something. And sometimes we have to listen. And I've seen things that really shock me just because of money, just because of pride, just because of their ego. If they just could make that U-turn and go straight home instead of going to another direction, things just happen, guys. It just happened. But anyhow, you guys have a great Saturday. Tomorrow, if I have something available for Sunday, I'll let you guys know. But thank you so much for joining in. I appreciate it. Have a good night.